So yung lesson natin in this session is all about 6 trigonometric functions. Siyempre ito yung inyong vlogger, Matinika't Musikero, na mag-aatid ng kaalaman regarding about 6 trigonometric functions. So makinig ka lang ng maigi anak, Julius, no? And then marami kang matututunan dito, definitely. So sa simula ng ating lesson, pag-uusapan natin ang 6 trigonometric functions. And to enumerate them, actually, ito sila. Simulan natin. The sine of any angle is actually equal to opposite over hypotenuse. And that is our first trigonometric function. Pangalawa, the cosine of any angle is always equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. For the third one, the tangent of any angle is equal to opposite over adjacent. Pangapat, cosecant of any angle is hypotenuse over opposite. And for the fifth one, Julius anak, secant of any angle is equal to hypotenuse over adjacent. Cotangent of any angle is always equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. At yan ang ating 6 trigonometric functions. Now, syempre dahil pinag-uusapan natin yung 6 trigonometric functions, saan nga ba gagamitin ang 6 trigonometric functions? Definitely kapag naka-encounter tayo ng mga problems na naka-involve ang right triangle. At ito naman ngayon ang halimbawa natin regarding about right triangle. So representing by this figure, makikita natin na meron tayong right triangle. Ang right triangle is actually having two legs, the leg A and leg B, wherein yung dalawang legs natin na A and B are perpendicular to each other. Kung kaya't ang measurement ng ating angle between these two sides or legs A and B is 90 degrees. And then ang right triangle natin, meron siyang tatlong corners na may angle A or theta, angle B or angle beta, and then angle C which is equal to 90 degrees. And then merong three sides ang ating right triangle, side A, side B, and side C. Kung saan ang side A and side B are both legs of our given right triangle. And side C stands for the hypotenuse of our given right triangle. Take note, ang 6 trigonometric functions, ginagamit lang ang mga yan kapag ang involved na triangle is a right triangle. For our next slide, kapag involved ang right triangle, kapag nagsosolve tayo ng mga unknowns or parts ng right triangle, pwede rin nating isama ang sum of angles formula maliban din sa 6 trigonometric functions. The sum of angles formula are the following. Angle theta plus angle beta plus the 90 degrees of angle C is always equal to 180 degrees. Dapat anak, lagi mong tinatandaan ang mga yan. And for the second formula, pwede rin naman angle theta plus angle beta is equal to 90 degrees. Ngayon naman kapag ang inaanap natin is angle theta, simple lang yung formula. I-deduct lang natin ang angle beta sa 90 degrees. So we have angle theta is equals to 90 minus angle beta. Now kapag ang inaalam naman natin ay ang angle beta is equal to 90 degrees minus angle theta. Ang ibig sabihin niyan, ang 90 degrees pinag-aatian ng angle theta at ng angle beta. For our next slide, inulit ko lang ang ating figure ng right triangle. Pag-usapan naman natin ngayon ang Pythagorean theorem. So take note of this, that is letter N. Medyo nagkamali lang tayo ng spelling, no? This is Pythagorean theorem. So kinorek ko lang yung spelling ng ating word. Now, ano nga ba ang formula ng Pythagorean theorem? Actually, this was discovered by a mathematician Pythagoras. Ito ang formula ng ating Pythagorean theorem. C square is equal to A square plus B square. Ang ibig sabihin, ang square ng hypotenuse ay equal lamang sa sum ng mga square ng legs ng ating right triangle. Kaya ang formula natin is C square is equal to A square plus B square. Kapag ang inaalam natin ay ang value ng hypotenuse C, definitely ito ang ating formula. Kung i-apply natin ang algebra sa ating given formula kanina na C square is equal to A square plus B square, may transform natin ang ating formula para sa C na equal to square root of A square plus B square. I repeat, ang formula sa paghahanap ng hypotenuse C is equal to the square root of A square plus B square. How about solving for B? B is actually equal to the square root of C square minus A square. Now, kapag ang inaanap naman natin ay ang formula ng A, ang formula natin, ang value ng A, ang formula natin for A is equal to the square root of C square minus B square. So, yan ang ating talong formula kapag ang inaanap is C, B, and A ng ating given right triangle. So, maliban lang ang mga yan, no, sa ating 6 trigonometric functions. When dealing with the problems, when dealing with right triangle, laging nagsasama ang Pythagorean theorem, sum of angle at ang 6 trigonometric functions. Kumbaga, tandem ang mga yan. Nagtutulungan ang mga formula na yan. Now, when reference angle is actually angle theta, allow me to draw a right triangle. Now, angle theta is a reference angle. If angle theta is a reference angle, side A will then be our opposite, definitely. Kung ang angle theta ay ang ating reference angle, ang side B naman ay ang ating adjacent. Again, if a reference angle is theta, side C will be our hypotenuse. Now, dahil may pangalan na at may function na ang bawat sides ng ating given right triangle, at meron na tayong reference angle with is angle theta, we can now define its functions. The sine of any angle is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Ang ibig sabihin yan, the sine of theta is equal to A over C dahil ang A is opposite at ang C is hypotenuse. Kung hinahanap naman natin ang value ng cosecant theta, dahil ang reference angle natin is theta, kuha na lang natin lang inverse ang ating value ng sine theta. Sa makatuwid, ang value ng cosecant theta is C over A. Kabaliktaran lamang ng value ng sine theta. Now, madako naman tayo sa cosine of any angle. The cosine of any angle is actually equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. Ang adjacent value natin or variable natin in our given right triangle is actually small letter b at ang hypotenuse naman is c. If we're going to determine the value of cosine theta, definitely its value will become b over c. So yan ngayon ang value ng ating cosine theta, b over c. At definitely ang value ng ating secant theta is simply just the reverse or inverse of b over c. Not the reverse, no? Inverse ang kabaliktaran ng b over c or reciprocal. Secant theta is equal to c over b. Paano naman ang tangent of any angle? Opposite over adjacent. Ang opposite natin is a, ang adjacent naman natin is b. That is why the tangent of theta is a over b. Kung ang inaanap naman is the cotangent of any angle or cotangent theta, ang sagot is simply b over a, the inverse of a over b. Yan. So, natapos na natin ang angle theta as reference using the right triangle sa paghahanap ng 6 trigonometric functions. Now, let us proceed to the next slide. When reference angle is angle beta, Again, allow me to draw again a right triangle or show you sa screen ang right triangle. Angle A or angle theta, angle B or angle beta, angle C is equals to 90 degrees. And then given ang mga sides ng ating right triangle, we have the side A, side B as the legs of the right triangle, and side C as the hypotenuse of our given right triangle. In this session, in this case, ang angle beta naman or angle B ang ating reference angle. Kung ang angle beta ay ang ating reference angle, definitely, kayang-kaya na nating i-define ang bawat sides kung ano ang function ng mga ito sa ating given right triangle. Since angle beta is a reference angle, definitely side A, dahil kadikit siya ng angle beta, will then be our adjacent. And then side B or leg B is our opposite. Ito yung kasalungat ng angle beta. At ang isa pang kadikit or the longest side ng ating right triangle is side C. Tatawagin naman natin yang hypotenuse. At dahil may function na ang bawat side ng ating given right triangle, pwede na nating i-define ngayon ang 6 trigonometric functions ng ating right triangle. The sine of any angle is opposite over hypotenuse. And lagi yan, constant yan. Dahil ang kailangan nating i-sin ay ang sine beta, ang value ng sine beta is opposite over hypotenuse. B over C. Sine beta is B over C. At ang reciprocal relation ng sine beta sa trigonometric identities is actually cosecant beta. Okay? So ano nga ba ang cosecant beta? C over B, just the inverse of B over C. Now let us proceed to cosine of any angle. The cosine of any angle is adjacent over hypotenuse. So sa makatuwid, dahil adjacent over hypotenuse yan, ang adjacent natin is A, ang hypotenuse is C, ang cosine ng beta is A over C. At ang inverse naman o reciprocal ng cosine beta is 1 over secant beta. Diba? So ano ba ang value ngayon ng secant beta? Simply just the inverse of A over C. Secant beta is C over A. Then followed by the tangent of any angle is equal to opposite over adjacent. So ano nga ba ang tangent of any angle or tangent beta ng ating given right triangle in this case when reference angle is angle beta? Tangent beta is B over A dahil nga opposite over adjacent. Ang opposite natin is B at ang adjacent naman natin is A. That is why tangent beta is equal to B over A. Now, isa pang trigonometric functions ang inaalam natin and that is cotangent beta. Ano ba ang value ng cotangent beta? Napakasimple lang. Kuhanan lang natin ang inverse, ang value ng tangent beta. Ang value ng tangent beta is B over A. Therefore, ang inverse dito is A over B. Ang value ng cotangent beta is A over B. So, natalakay na natin ngayon ang 6 trigonometric functions, alin man ang gamitin nating angle reference, angle theta man, or angle beta. Pare-pareho na nating alam ngayon kung ang gagamitin nating reference angle is theta or beta. Kung ano ba ang magiging value ng ating 6 trigonometric functions, depende kung anong angle ang ating gagamiting reference angle beta ba or angle theta. Now, I prepare some situations. Situation number 1, i-apply na natin ngayon ang napag-aralan natin sa ating 6 trigonometric functions na na-discuss yung konsepto natin. Given a right triangle, assuming given ang angle beta which is equal to 48 degrees, and then given ang side A which is equal to 6 meters, and then ang inaanap natin is side B. So definitely, tatlong character lang or tatlong variable lang ang gagamitin ko. Ang dalawang variable, given ang mga value nila, ang B naman ay ang ating inaanap. Definitely, mag-aanap tayo ng reference angle. So dahil isa lang ang angle na given, or kahit ilan man yan, pipili talaga tayo ng reference angle. But in this case, Ang given natin is angle beta which is equal to 48 degrees. So wala tayong ibang option kung di yan ang ating reference angle. Definitely 48 degrees is a reference angle. Now if this is a reference angle, definitely ang side A which is equal to 6 meters will then be our adjacent. Now, ang side B naman ay ang ating opposite. Kapag parehong present sa situation ng adjacent at opposite, hindi na pinag-iisipan yan. Wala namang given na hypotenuse eh. Hindi naman natin hinahanap ang hypotenuse. Hindi naman kailangan ng hypotenuse. At sa anim na function ng may hypotenuse lang na given ay ang sine at cosine, cosecant at ang secant. Kapag naman parehong involve ang adjacent at opposite, tanging ang tangent lang at ang cotangent ang pinagpipilian. But in our given situation, given ang adjacent at inaalap naman ang opposite. So, ibig sabihin, parehong present ang adjacent at opposite sa function. Dahil ang calculator natin, wala namang cotangent, natural, iisa na lang ang option natin. Ito ay ang pagpili ng tangent theta or tangent beta. I mean, kasi beta ang ating given angle na ginamit. Angle beta is 48 degrees. So, wala namang angle theta eh. But the tangent of any angle is always equal to opposite over adjacent. That is why tangent beta is equal to opposite over adjacent. So ano ba yung beta natin? 48 degrees. Itatangent natin ngayon ang 48 degrees. Tangent beta is equals to b over a. Direct substitution. Tangent 48 is equal to b over 6. And then afterward, para mahanap ko ang side b, I need to cross multiply 6 to tangent 48. Para ang matira na lang variable sa right hand side ng equation is side b. So that we can have now, so magiging ganito ang kaantungan ng ating equation. 6 tangent 48 is equal to b. Using our calculator or scientific calculator, the value of b is equal to 7.20 meters. At yan ngayon ang ating situation number 1. Hopefully, naintindihan natin kung bakit ang bawat side napangalanan kung adjacent ang A, ang B naman is opposite, and then 48 degrees naman is sa reference angle. We can then now move to situation number 2, another example kung paano ba ginagamit ang 6 trigonometric functions. Situation number 2, again, given a right triangle. Sa situation number 2, ibinigay naman natin ang value ng angle theta which is equal to 38 degrees. Given din ang hypotenuse na may value na 6 meters or C is equal to 6 meters. And then, side B naman ang ating inaanap. Siyempre, ang 38 degrees ay ang ating reference angle dahil wala naman tayong ibang pagpipilian. Ano naman ang C? Ito siyempre, dahil ito ang longest side, ito ang ating hypotenuse. At ang side B naman ay ang ating inaanap na side. Ang side B will then be our adjacent. Ano bang function na involve ang hypotenuse at ang adjacent? Dalawa lang yan, cosine or secant. Dahil walang secant sa calculator, natural ang pipiliin natin is cosine. The cosine of any angle is actually equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. Yan. Ano yung cosine natin? Ang theta. Ano yung adjacent natin? Ang hinahanap nating value ng B. Ang hypotenuse naman is 6 meters. So, cosine of theta is equals to B over C. Direct substitution. The cosine of 38 degrees is equal to B over 6. And then by cross multiplying 6 to the left-hand side of the equation, our equation magiging 6 cosine 38 is equal to B or 6 times cosine of 38 is equal to the value of side B in meters. Finally, ang value ng ating B is equal to 5.73 meters using our scientific calculator. Now, let us proceed to another situation. After situation number 2. Situation number 3. Again, given a right triangle, ibinigay natin ang value ng theta which is equal to 55 degrees. C is equal to 10 meters. And A is unknown. So, paano nga ba natin isosolve ang side A? Definitely, okay. Pinapasolve din pala ang side B. At ipinapahanap din ang angle beta. So, tatlo ang hahanapin natin sa isang problem. So, una sa lahat, lagyan muna natin ng pangalan ang bawat side, ang bawat variable na may meron tayo at ang bawat given na may meron tayo. Since wala tayong option at unknown ang angle beta, definitely ang pipiliin nating reference angle ay ang given na 55 degrees. So, ang 55 degrees ay ang ating reference angle. At kung merong mang value ang angle beta, pwede naman tayong mamili ng reference angle alin man sa dalawa. Anyway, hindi naman maapektuhan ang ating final answer. Kahit alin mang reference angle ang piliin natin, isa lang ang sagot na lilitaw, alin mang variable ang una nating hanapin. Angle theta is 55 degrees as our reference angle. And then, pwede na natin lagyan ng pangalan or function ng bawat side. Side C is our hypotenuse. Side B is our adjacent dahil adjacent siya sa 55 degrees. And then, side A is our opposite. So, we decide then kung ano ba yung una nating hahanapin. For example, ang gusto kong unang hanapin is to solve for side A. Kung ikakalculate ko ang side A, kakalkulayin ko yan gamit kung ano lang ang mga given. So that I can calculate side A, ang mga given lang natin at present is angle theta, side C, at ang hinahanap natin is side A. So sa tatlong nabilugan natin, ang nakikita natin opposite, hypotenuse, at reference angle. Parehong involve ang opposite at hypotenuse. Anong function ba among the 6 trigonometric function ang parehong present ang opposite at hypotenuse? Dalawa lang pagpipilian dyan, definitely the sine and cosecant. Pero dahil walang cosecant sa calculator, definitely ang pipiliin natin is the sine functions. So, isa-sign natin ang theta. Ang sine ng theta now is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. So, let us see. Calculate na natin ang ating unknown variable. The sine of any angle is opposite over hypotenuse is the functions that we need to use. Now, the sine of theta is equal to A over C dahil lang A ang opposite, dahil lang C naman ang hypotenuse. So, direct substitution, ang value ng theta is 55 at ang C is 10. Sine 55 now is equal to A over 10. Again, likewise kanina na ginawa nating procedure, cross-multiply 10 to sine 55. So, ang mangyayari sa ating equation, A is equal to 10 sine 55. So, 10 times sine 55 using our calculator, ang ating magiging final answer, A is equals to 8.19 meters. Meters ang unit natin gagamitin dahil ang isa sa mga given natin, hypotenuse C is equal to 10 meters. Now, nasolve natin ang side A. Side A is equal to 8.19. Okay, isin lang natin yung penmanship natin. So, this is 8.19 meters. Yan. So, dalawa na lang hinahanap natin. The angle beta and side B. How do we solve for the remaining two? Unahan natin ang side B. So, let us solve for side B. Dahil given naman ang dalawang side, para hindi na lang tayo mahirapan, the reason kung bakit ko ipinakita kanina ang Pythagorean theorem, ang pwede natin gamitin dito na formula para mahanap ang side B is this one. Actually, na-introduce ko yan kanina sa Pythagorean theorem concept natin, discussion natin. B is equal to the square root of C square minus A square. Then direct substitution, may value ang C, may value ang A. Na-solve na kasi natin ang value ng A which is equal to 8.19 meters. So direct substitution, B now is equal to the square root of 10 square minus 8.19 square. So anong value ng ating B? B is equal to 5.74 units. So yung unit na gagamitin natin, gawin na lang nating meter, no? Dahil given naman pala ang units and that is meters. So 5.74 meters. Now let us proceed to the another unknown. Isa na lamang ang ating kailangan makalculate at ito ang angle beta. Paano ba calculate ang angle beta? Again, let us recall our formula kanina, the sum of angle formula. Solving for beta, beta is equals to 90 degrees minus angle theta. So napakasimple lang. Given naman ang angle theta which is equal to 55 degrees, direct substitution. And then angle beta is equal to 90 degrees minus 55 degrees. Ang value ng ating angle beta is equal to 35 degrees. Finally, nakumpleto na natin ang mga parts ng ating given right triangles. At home, pwede kayong sumubok ng ibang situation and then i-apply ang concept na ating napag-aralan regarding about the 6 trigonometric functions, the sum of angle formulas, and the Pythagorean theorem when dealing with the right triangles. Actually, pwede na nating i-apply ngayon ang mga to kapag naka-encounter tayo ng mga problem solving or worded problems. And that's all for today for our session regarding about the 6 trigonometric functions. Thank you and God bless you, anak.
Thank you po,